What's up, folks? Honey's Morning Update, October 10th. Down a little on the overnight. We're just kind of hanging around quiet overnight, actually, 50 to 18, so 30-point range. For the upside, I want to see an open above 36.50. We're pushing it right now, so if we open above that, I think that we can start to see some upside today. Above that, we're looking at the 58.60 level would be your next stop. So 50 and then 60, it's a kind of a short, quick one. And then 36.96 to 3700 basically would be my next level above that. 37.01 was your midpoint from Friday's drop. And then we get back into the 36 or 37.43, 46 level. That's going to be an important level. Is also with 36.40 is also an important level. So there was a lot of late day trades that popped off at 36.40 on Friday. So basically the range 36.40 to 37.40 is what I want to break. We're in between that by 7 points right now. But so an open below 40, I'm cautiously bearish. Above 50, I'm cautiously bullish. Downside, the next target I have is this 94.95 level. If that breaks, we should test the 71, and then below that, I'd have to go back to look at levels. We're going 2 years back below that, so it's kind of an interesting where that's the cliff. I'm not saying that if we get below that we drop and die, but there's always that possibility. So again, above 50. That 96, 3700, and then 3740. Those are really my main targets upside today. As you can tell, we've hit the 50 a few times trying to break it up. So we'll see if they can open it above that. If not, then maybe we consolidate today. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting. Bonds close Columbus Day or Indigenous People Day or whatever the fuck they call it now. So bonds are closed. I don't know about banks. 36.84 is your pivot, 37.36 is your R1, and basically 3600 is your S1. So we'll watch those pivots. Those have been good recently. Here's your daily chart. Here's your 71 low back in June. We breached that a bit, ramped right back up, a couple hundred points, and now we're kind of tailing back. So I don't know. It's kind of a mid-tier. Down volume node, your next volume spikes around 35.05, and your massive ones down at 33.70. So that's something to keep in mind. Your 50 and your 100-day moving average are still at the 3,900 levels. 200 is way back up at almost 4,200, and this trend line is very well intact. So I don't know. Here's your weekly 35.90. That was everybody was watching as we hit that and rallied back up that last week, and now we're kind of hovering right here at that trend line. This top trend line's I'm not convinced. This bottom one is legit. So I'm just kind of keeping this in for reference to see if this kind of hovers this line or if we break into this and get down. 27.36 is your POC for shit. I don't even know how many years this is on the volume. 3 or 4 years. Anyway. Let's go to SPX cash gap up above 37.06 to 22. That's still valid. And then this one from 2020, November of 2020, it got partially hit on Friday or last week, during that dip down. So we'll see if that continues or not. The euro had the low of 95.3, and then that reversal. I wanted to see it 101.2, or 102, or at least test this trend line. But it has not. So it came up short, went to parity, and came back down. So that's interesting that they just took it to parity, and then broke it. British pound kind of still holding on. We'll see. It's down today. Euro's down today. So definitely keep an eye on that. If we retest these lows, this is going to get dangerous. Your next low below that is 92. and below that is we start to get into curious levels into the euro of whether that currency is going to even survive. I don't know if it will. I'm obviously betting against it. So that's kind of it right now. I would stay nimble. I don't know what's going to happen today. Again, we could just have a quiet day and consolidate. Maybe this is a nice, condor day. I don't know. Relvol's 76, so nothing crazy. So maybe we consolidate today and move, tomorrow. Or something comes out, some news. Nothing out of Europe and this weekend was good, with bridges blowing up and Russia bombing Ukraine and everything else. But we're kind of holding steady. Now, this is bearish overall, especially economically in the U.S. But at some point, this is going to become bullish as capital flight comes from Europe. So keep that in mind. As even though everyone's signaling death and the Fed's hiking and we're going to break the whole market and S&P is going to zero, there's going to be a point probably within the first quarter of next year that this turns to bid. We find lows, and that'll probably be when everybody's convinced it's going to go to zero, and then it would be a good time to start flipping long. And then we'll just start to traverse back up, and that's what's going to blow people's minds. Because we can see this go up and the dollar go up and gold go up. So I don't know. We'll see people's noodles fry. But anyway, that's what I have for today. Stay safe. I'll be in the room all day. And, don't overtrade.